to the candy shop.
I taste just like candy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask for Candy, 101 ways to make your love and your life sweeter. Who I am Candace Harper, lovecoach.com, honey. I teach and inspire audacious intimacy to powerful, professional, grown women who want real relationships and seductive singlehoods. And I always say, dating and relationships can be hard, but love is always easy. And you are listening to us. Maybe you're in the garden at armedradioglobal.com, or maybe you're on your TuneIn app on your smart device, or maybe you're listening on iHeartRadio. And if you have an Alexa, you can ask for candy. Now, the last place that you can reach us is on Facebook Live. And if you are on Facebook Live, I want you to not only join us tonight, but I also want you to join the Creative Love Collective, and I want you to join Armed Radio Global Group News, or Armed Radio Group News. Join those groups and you'll know exactly where we are, what we're doing. And tonight we're having a conversation. So you know that you can call in at 1-800-508-5431 to comment or question live. And if you're too shy, you can also email us at askforcandypodcast@gmail.com. And like I said, I'm Candace Harper, Love Coach, and my talent is conversation. My passion is personal growth. My purpose is to teach and inspire radical self-acceptance in myself and others so that we can all have our best possible love life. And what this show is about, each week, we have lively conversations about different topics relating to love and relationships. Sometimes we'll bring on special guests. Tonight we have a very special guest who I'll introduce you to in a second. Or we play games, we have activities. Always we get a chance to laugh or cry or just learn something new. And that is why this is a conversation. I want y'all to participate. I see that my Lee is online. He's on the Facebook Live. Hi, my Lee. I'm glad that you're here. Right? We're not here to hand down a bunch of dating and relationship rules or rights and wrongs. We're not here to shame your situation. Our only intention is to create audacious intimacy, seductive singlehoods, and healthy relationships. And tonight's show, we are continuing our ongoing series where I'll be partnering with other love coaches, relationship experts, and opinionated people about sex and intimacy. I'm calling it the Summer of Sexploration, honey. And tonight is all about a girl chat. I have brought in my friend and sister in personal growth, Miss Marie Mathison. So now, once a time, my friend Michelle Mathison, who is a self-described dancer, poet, and free spirit, realized that she wanted to be touched, honey. Like deeply, intimately touched. A touch that went deeper than her skin. She wanted her soul to be touched. So she started investigating and discovering Yoni massage. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Michelle is here. She's going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what that is. And found out that in sharing about it, women kept telling her that men need to learn how to do this. You know how we do. It's like, oh, how come we have to know everything? They need to know stuff too. Men need to learn how to yoni massage. So she discovered that there weren't many men that knew all the parts of the yoni, let alone how to massage one. And so she created touch teachings on union, choice, and heart to teach people the benefits of yoni massage. So Michelle, tell us some things about your personal journey, what you want the people to know about you. Get a little related. Say hello to the people.
Hey, people. First, I gotta say, you're like an amazing host. I feel like I'm at an empowerment seminar right now. It's like, hey! Thank you.
I love it.
Hey, everyone. So you really did a really great job in kind of just talking about me. I love that Candy, that you have opinionated people that just have views on things. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru on yoni massage. I'm just a woman that is really committed that people learn more about it and discover it for themselves.
You're on your journey, right?
Yes.
So now tell a little bit more about, because you did talk about how you started investigating and discovering it. What had you want to do that? Like, you know, I get you said touch deeply. Touch
you said it's girl talk. So
this is girl chat, honey.
This might sound a little controversial.
Okay.
Right? But can I be inappropriate in this conversation?
You can get into it.
So About 2 years ago, I dated a white guy for the first time.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of us black girls, when you don't date a white guy, there's kind of this thing where it's like, is it pink? Right? I just gotta say it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, wait, were you the first black girl you ever dated?
No.
Okay.
But it was very new for me to the point where I'm just like, is it pink? Right? Because I just didn't know. Right? So the thing is, typically most black women, we're thinking they're weak. They're not going to be strong. They're not a black guy. Yeah. This is not every black girl, but many black women feel this way. Right? So I took a step out, and what I discovered for me in my personal experience was so masculine. He was the most masculine person I had been with at that time. Okay. And as I realized his experience as a white man in America allowed him not to have to be what we think is so overly aggressive and masculine, right? So
that
I was
makes
like,
a lot of sense.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, there's a way he gets to move in life as a white man.
Like he doesn't have to compensate for like.
No, he can just be feminine, masculine, all in one, right? And I like very masculine men. So what happened was that didn't work out. Although he's an amazing person, we just were not right for each other. But an amazing human being. And as I started dating other men, I was realizing I didn't feel like I was being touched. Like having a touch for myself. And at first I was going to different masseuse or massages, whatever, right? Yeah. Male people just wanted to be touched. Yeah. And then as I just started like Googling whatever, I just came upon this Yoni massage, and a friend of mine ended up teaching me about it, and it just wow. But that's how it started though, because I realized I wasn't really getting touched. Yeah.
And you wanted to like be the cause of like actually experiencing that intimacy.
Yeah, because it's not about not being satisfied. You know what I'm saying? But being touched is a different level of intention, and it's not about getting something. Like when you go to a masseuse, they're gonna massage you and go. Yeah. But if your man is significant other's touching you, it's usually going to lead to something else, Yeah. And not that that's not good, but there's something about it just being about you, but there being nothing about it having to reciprocate it.
That's true.
Like huge.
So it's like what it sounds like, or what's coming up for me as you're talking, is this idea of like just feeling connected without it, like just having that connected feeling, like feeling like you're actually like another human being is like in your space in a way that.
But I think it actually goes deeper than that, because it was me getting connected to myself. Yeah. Right? Let's be honest. For all the girls that's watching, there's not saying mad, because people may not know that. A lot of us who don't even know the parts of our whole vagina, vulva, we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We've never even had a mirror and looked. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women don't even know their body. So for me, a big part was actually discovering my body for myself and being intimate. So the guy was a conduit for that, but and even before having the massage, I had to kind of get connected to my own body, and not for some goal to get somewhere, but I started just touching my arms. Yeah, you would see me in meetings like this. I would just be rubbing my arm, and it felt really good. So that when I had the person do the massage, I knew what it should feel like, because I was doing it for myself first. So I think it's about getting connected to yourself, and I'm sure you talk about as a coach, like it's self-love first, right? Absolutely. Before anything else is gonna work. Absolutely. You got to have that relationship, and it's an ongoing thing. Self-love is a journey, so not like, oh, I love myself, right? But it's a process.
Well, I also think too, and part of the big reason why I decided to do this whole summer of sexploration is because when I talk about self-love and self-care, even in my own coaching program, like a lot of times we think that that's just body positivity, and I get my nails and hair done, or I make sure to get a pedicure, stuff like that. And that's all good. That's all part of it. But you're right. Like it goes much deeper than that. It's really about like, and I think the Yoni massage plays into this, not just how I like to be touched, or it's like, how kind am I to myself? Yes. Or how like loving am I to myself? Because we go from obviously being babies and children, and hopefully if you've been you come from a healthy situation, you got a lot of that. And if you didn't come from a healthy situation, which a lot of us didn't necessarily, then you might not know how to just baby yourself, or like just be loving towards yourself.
And listen, a lot of us have had sexual experiences, like, for lack of a better way to describe it, just pounding, right? Like, how many times have a girl and a guy and you're just like, I can't wait till this is over? please just come with, right?
This is going on way too long. Your head's hitting the head.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my God. It's like, how long? Come. Right? So you just wish it would be over sometimes. So sometimes just like our yoni is actually, it's exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a muscle so it can bounce back, but on the energetic level, it's just being pounded all the time.
Yeah.
So to have a moment where you're actually getting a massage, because what I also thought too, when I was getting this full body massage, because it's just good to get a full body massage, I also felt like, why can't a full body massage be a full body massage, right? Like,
Chinatown, they call that a happy ending.
Not a happy ending. Not doing it for an orgasm. Nothing with orgasm. But I'm just saying, like, what's wrong with having your breast massage? And listen, I think for some people that maybe be married and, you know, in their marriage, it's very monogamous and fine. But if you're doing it to your partner, you can give a full body massage that's the full body, and it doesn't have to be into something else.
Yeah, no, I love that. Let's talk to some of the people. So we got Lee, we got Penny, Joseph is here, Rory is here, Frank is here. Hi, everybody. And I see Rebecca is here, right? What's up, Bex? These are my OGs, my favorites. Always come in. Nice. You guys, we are going to be talking about yoni massage tonight. So hopefully you will chime in with your experiences. And did I say that right? Experientialness. Questions, your questions, your comments, whatever. Yes. Like whatever your perspective might be, please feel free to participate in this conversation. So what I wanted to do, because it kind of touches on what you were talking about before, like we were talking earlier about all the different types of yoni massage that there are, right? So in researching for this show, I found this article by someone that you knew of already, right? Yeah. Psalm Isadora, who actually has since passed away since having written this article for Mind Body Green. But she has an interesting take on what yoni massage is. And what I want to do is just go through like point by point and kind of get your take on it and see, you know, how you feel about it and, you know, what you want to add and all that good stuff. Okay. So let's see. She says, well, she talks about how the vagina is called the yoni in Sanskrit. So if anybody was wondering what a yoni is, if you hadn't figured it out by now, because it's amazing to me. Like, first of all, I only learned that that's what it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And I'd heard the word yoni before. I don't know, like I never just put it together. I mean, either I assumed it was like all the feminine parts or just some sort of ethereal, you know. I
like that name. Right?
Yoni.
Like it sounds just sexy.
Right?
You know, vagina is one of those words that never sound good, right?
No, it's just scientific.
It's vagina. Like, you hear it, you feel like, so yoni, I actually like the name yoni.
Yeah, because it has a spiritual.
Yeah, and it feels sexy. It feels
yoni, yogi. Like it makes you think of you know healthy things.
Whatever's clever.
So she says, we approach the vagina from a place of the utmost love and respect. When we do yoni massage, it is a practice intended to truly honor a woman, which I think we all can agree on that, right? No matter what modality of yoni massage that you're doing, to give her selfless pleasure and to explore the sacred side of our sexuality. So she says the way that she's sort of saying how to start exploring it is beneficial, especially for women who've never had orgasms. But I think she also, from reading this article, is a little more like you were saying, it's not necessarily the goal, the attachment to having an orgasm. Yeah.
You know, there's Tantra, right? Which is definitely like sexuality, sacred. I think a big part of the yoni massage experience is actually not having an orgasm during the yoni massage itself. Okay. Not that you can't have one, but I do feel like I got more power not having an orgasm because I was able to use that energy way, and it didn't have to be different way, meaning I acted in a short film and having all that energy, I was electric on camera, right? So I was just like running, exercising, all that, and it's not pent up. I don't feel like I will leave a yoni massage horny. You know what I'm saying? It's just that natural sexual energy that has our breasts develop, our body change, like have a woman lactate for. It's just energy, you know. So I think I'm sure it can open that up. I'm not an expert, but I think for me, what I find very useful is actually it being more therapeutic and more about emotional release than it being about having the orgasm.
So have you had emotional release during, like, you're like, yes, and I don't want to tell you about it.
Well, no, I mean, you know, because it's
like tears, like did things come up where you like, Because I haven't done it.
Yeah,
I mean, not in a, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a
that's
lot
what it is.
can come up because, for one, most women want to feel safe, right?
Yeah.
And to be in a position where you actually feel safe, have you think about times you didn't feel safe.
Totally.
Also, just feeling that safe can make you cry out of joy. So a lot of things can come up when you are, you know, laid out naked, someone else has on clothes, and they're just taking care of you. We're not even used to that much.
Yeah.
We're really not. It's a rare thing when someone is just paying all their attention on you. So definitely things can come up.
Totally makes sense. All right, so here's some things that Salman Zadora says about how to start exploring, and you can tell me what you think about it too. So she talks about, number one, she talks about set the scene. As you must, when exploring all new things, start with an open mind, open heart, and no judgment of yourself or your body. So I guess she's coming from the point of view as the woman, like, you know, what is your
Well, I think something's really cool about that too. And I'm going to share that. I have a PDF about what I talk about specifically that I can share how people can get that if they want.
Yeah.
I recommend having a yoni massage with the lights on, right? Because a lot of times
have someone looking right at your cuckoo,
and that you're okay with yourself, right? I mean, you get older and you got some rolls certain places, and some things that you don't want there. Stretch marks. We all have stretch marks, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got.
Everybody's got a blemish.
Everybody has something. Okay.
A beauty mark.
Everybody has something. So I think there's something to, when I say something the scene. Well, when she says that, I think being comfortable looking at yourself in the mirror, front to back, inside and out. This is what someone's about to see, whether it's your significant other or whoever, right? But just, I think that's getting comfortable with your own body, naked in the light. A lot of times, you know, when we're being sexually intimate, it's in the dark.
Yeah.
And we kind of feel safe that way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because then you're not thinking, because I think, and I've heard this from women from a size 0 to a size 26. Like, I think that if the mindset is that I'm self-conscious about my body and I'm thinking about my body during sexy times, then in the dark does feel safer. And it's like,
of course,
it's a panic, the idea of
the light being on.
Yeah.
You know,
right? And it has nothing to do with what the woman looks like. It has everything to do with her mindset. Because I know women from that size to that size who'll be like, yeah, get the lights on. I want, you know.
Yeah, you
I
know,
want to show all of it.
So I think that's really important, is that for the yoni massage, you are actually spending time with your body by yourself first.
Yeah.
I think that makes such a difference. I really do.
I totally agree with that. She says to lie back in a comfortable place with a pillow under your hips, your knees up and your feet on the ground, and have your favorite massage oil handy. First, coconut oil, for those of you out there who are wondering, for its silky feel and sensual aroma. What are some practical things that you recommend, Michelle?
Well, if you're going to be doing with someone, have a new sheets or a towel. Towel also always just seems black, but you should probably have, I don't know, like a towel on a bed. You know what I'm saying? And I say to use a towel, but it's not sexy. You know, like a towel, like it's like you're on your period running a red light. I just feel like it's anyway. But you want to.
What do we want to do though? So
you want to make sure. I mean, so the oils and the motion, you could get wet, likely, right? So that if it's dripping somewhere, it can be absorbed and not necessarily on your sheet. Right, so that would be it. But I think with oils too, the coconut oil, why I think that is good is that it probably will not irritate you. Like you probably wouldn't want to have like or like certain lavender oils on your vulva or on your yoni, right? So I think also you have to try different things out. You know, I think what's really cool about this whole yoni massage, I think it's really, to me, an exploration.
Yeah.
Grapeseed oil, right? Grapeseed oil, good, but I think you gotta experiment. I feel like I don't want to be like, oh, use this and then do that. I think it's important to kind of get into the discovery,
like what you like,
and what you like, and what you don't like. Process. Do
you think, because we were talking earlier about being able to sort of separate, and we'll talk more about this later. I don't want to delve too deep into it till we get to this part, but you know, the difference between being with a partner that you sleep with and one that you don't. Do you think that in those cases, so let's say you're setting it up to have a yoni massage, you're trying to set the scene, and you know, like for me personally, I like a little R&B music, but if I were, let's say, getting a yoni massage from someone who's not my partner, I don't know if that would like deliver the wrong
All right,
message.
so
what do you think about that?
I'm very liberal with relationships. Put that out there, right? Not everyone is me, and I don't encourage everyone to move the way that I move because it works for me in my life, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to stay strictly to
the massage.
Not necessarily. I can't even say that. Not necessarily. Lee, not necessarily.
Hold that thought, Lee. Michelle's got something for you.
No, I think now he got me
thinking about that.
What was that you said? I'm sorry.
Oh, about having sexy music or things like that when you're with someone who you said you're very liberal with your relationship. So
okay, so this is what I think. I genuinely think the best yoni massage is from someone that you're not with and that you're not necessarily attracted to. That is my personal belief because, just like Lee said, it's hard to stay strictly to the massage when you like the person. I agree with that. Yes. There's power in it being like, yo, I know when it's done, I don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go. Now, for some people, some women are like, no, my partner, it has to be. So if that's the case, do it. I'm not saying go have your own massage with any and everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. However, I think you will actually get more value because there's a certain reciprocity that's going to naturally be there when it's your partner.
Yeah.
There's no going around that, in my opinion. So try it out. Just like Lee Schultz said, exploration is good. So you can try it with someone that you're comfortable with and maybe someone like just a close friend. You know, I mean, my first massage was with a close friend and it wasn't a thing where it was like, it got sexy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that for me.
Really? Like even after you like walked away, you weren't like
no.
Because
it wasn't. It's a massage, right?
Yeah.
It's not foreplay, right? It's not like it's not. It's just not that. The same way how
you're not like working yourself.
Yeah, just like how some people you can get turned on.
I've gotten turned on with a regular massage.
I'm about to say you get turned on by someone massaging your foot, right?
Yeah.
But if it's not designed for you to get turned on, and I understand it's genitalia, it's sensitive,
like,
right?
How do you not? This is from someone who's never had like a.
I think it goes into intention. When a man is touching you and he's ready to have sex, the intention is different, right? He's gonna start playing with your air, gonna start touching her place. He knows what he's doing. But I think when you're doing a yoni massage and you're following like a kind of a script of how to do it, your intention is not about her achieving an orgasm. And a lot of times, I think that's actually good news for men because, men want to feel like they've done a good job.
Yeah.
And this is not a situation
like
where...
an ego badge.
Yeah, you don't have to have her come. Yeah, like, oh, yeah. She's giving my name. She's calling me daddy. It's not...
Say my name.
That's not what this is. So I get it. It can be tricky, but I think you got to give it a shot. I mean, and also... If you're feeling yourself beginning to have an orgasm, I would say, because we know, everyone knows when it's coming, right?
Yeah.
Ask them to pay attention somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I personally recommend, right? You may start doing this and feel like, no, I want to have an orgasm every time. It's healing. But I don't think that to me is not what yoni massage is actually for.
We're going to talk more about like what that difference is and why, like what the intention, like the difference between, like you were talking about when you're with your partner and you want a sexual release compared to doing it because it transforms.
Yeah, because that's when I say, can I say something about it right now?
Yeah.
So like even setting it up, I think you could have sex anytime, but I think a yoni, let's do it on this date. Prepare yourself for it.
It's like personal growth homework.
Yeah, like what do you want to work on? What areas do you want more attention on? No, it's not necessarily just she's doing something. Let's just girls, or baby, let's just do a massage. And then we're gonna get it. That's not to me. You should do it for it. You can do an actual fondling. You know what I'm saying? You can just fondle. You don't need to do all this. You can just start fondling somebody, and they probably will have orgasm. This isn't that. This isn't.
Got you. So then the other thing that she says in this article, she's like, connect to your breath. Breath work is a key element in any tantra practice. The one we'll use here is called bliss breath. Constrict the back of your throat. Inhale. and hear a whispering sound, then exhale and release that sound again.
What?
It's almost like
That sounds complicated.
It's like, it sounds like yoga, like ujjayi breathing, like.
So it's you breathing, you whisper? Like, how do you whisper?
Yeah, like I think it's like this. Like that. But she says that if you continue to take deep, slow, and audible breaths, it grounds you in your body and keeps you out of your head.
I think it's this.
Yeah. I think it's that.
Because it's like a whisper. That sounds like a whisper. Like. I like that.
That sounds like a whisper.
No, it does kind of, but I did like that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of
Well, she says that doing that, it spreads the orgasmic energy throughout your body, and you don't want the energy to just be in your clitoris. And this type of breathing can help move that energy from the yoni to all parts of your body.
Okay.
But see, like, I read something like that, and I think in terms of that, and it's like, how would I not be so like turned on, ready for orgasm, and in my sexual space if I'm doing all that?
So, right now I focus on focus, but my interest is really teaching men, because I think the men can teach the women. I don't know if the women can teach. But one of the things I speak louder. I'm sorry. One of the things that I tell the men is take your time and assess if she's ready for the yoni massage. Because she says yes doesn't mean that she's ready for the massage. Which puts them in a very different position, right?
How do you know? Yeah.
So, I mean, you have a conversation about it. Has she been, taking care of herself? Mm-hmm. How is she feeling about herself? Mm-hmm. Why does she really want it? Do you think she likes you? Does she think this is actually y'all are gonna hook up? Yeah. Does she think it's a date? You know what I'm saying? All those things. If she thinks it's a date, if she's trying to hook up, if she's kind of giving you certain flirtatious innuendos that's really not where you're headed. Yeah. This might not be the right thing. And even if it's your girl, right? Because this could be your girl, or you could be a partner. And I'm saying you could do this if you are bisexual, whatever, right? Your channel.
Okay, that was okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, so wherever, you can do whatever. But I think it's just important that you just set it up and you're connected to how they feel, because if she starts to just touch herself, right? And I'm not even saying the yoni massage itself, but actually how does it feel when you touch yourself? That's the kind of questions that the person should ask the woman. Yeah. How do you feel? Are you actually ready for me to give you an hour of my attention? Yeah. And that's it. Wouldn't you have to think a little bit, honestly, if someone asked you that, though?
I would. Well, it depends on who was asking.
Listen.
Who's asking me that?
Let's say
is it what's his name? Who's that guy who used to be on NYPD Blue? Henry.
Who? Malik Yoba?
No, well, Malik Yoba. Malik Yoba's asking that.
Next Friday.
Right. Hells yeah. But I get what you're saying. You're talking about a man being able to set up the boundaries of the structure of yoni massage separate of a sexual encounter.
Yeah, right? Because that's why I feel like these men that decide to do it are heroes. Because it's really not about them getting anything other than being the space for a woman to experience her own healing. Yeah. So yoni massage may not be something you do all the time.
You don't think that some dudes get something out of it, even if they keep their clothes on? Because I know, there's different.
What's the something?
I don't know, and this might be my own little story of mistrust about men and their perversion, if they have a perversion.
And their perversion.
But no, I'm not saying all men are perverted, but men who might be a little perverted, it's almost I don't want to use the word molestation because that sounds so harsh and criminal. But it's that opportunity to
But this is my thoughts on it is. The same way how a man should prepare, a woman should prepare, and if it doesn't feel right, don't go for it. Yeah. And I was just talking to someone about this today too. But it's happening already. This is my thing. Men are abusing women now. Right? They don't even know a woman's body. They don't even know what really makes her feel good. They're just pounding,
tips and tricks,
leaving girls feeling sore, not satisfied.
Watching too much porn,
learning all their tips from porn. Yeah. Which is you're learning your sex tips from porn. Yeah, which is horrible. Listen, some of that stuff is oh wow. But in reality, you don't really necessarily want that. So what I'm saying is, with or without this, what's the alternative? That's my thing. What is the alternative? it's not like it's that men are abusing. When I say abusing, like using women for sex already.
Yeah.
So to me, at least you can learn. Hopefully, you can educate yourself, and it's on us women too to educate ourselves before we let men or women, whoever, touch us.
Yeah.
We need to be aware of our bodies and what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So hopefully, with Yoni massage, you arm yourself with the knowledge of what feels right in your body. That's why I was saying to you before that, like, Yoni massage to me also is intuitive.
Yeah.
What feels right? You know what I'm saying? What kind of feels wrong? Like, if a guy saying he wants to do this to you, or a girl saying she wants to do this to you, and it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
Yeah.
That might be part of your journey.
Well, it also gives you a chance to like practice that kind of like, you know, this works for me, this doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Saying it honestly.
It will be hard to stick to the script. Massaging, what does he say? A sensual and beautiful woman. The idea of massaging only feels like it would get lost in the moment. I see what Leah's saying.
You know what? I thought the same thing too. And this is like, you know, perfect example I heard from Landmark when it comes to like riding a bike. You can describe this till we're blue in the face. Until you get on a bike, it's not gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying? So we could say, I can imagine that would be challenging, but unless you do it, and I really think Yoni massage is a calling. If it's not calling to you, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do it. If this doesn't feel right, if you think you can't stick to the script, just don't do it. You know, but I think if it calls to you, like, you know what? This actually, there's something about this that I really want to do.
Which I think that absolutely makes sense. But to address what Lee is saying, I think he's coming from a space of, you know, like have our sort of sexual urges, right? If we're sexually attracted to someone and we're doing this with the intention, like we were talking about earlier, of having more of a sexual connection, then yeah, like the idea of only massaging is like, there's no way I'll be able to control myself. But I know that different modalities of Yoni massage actually say to do this, to compartmentalize the massage itself. And that goes back to what you were saying about not necessarily doing it with someone you're attracted to or doing it with a friend.
That's exactly why.
Like thinking of it not as just an avenue into a sexual relationship, thinking of it as an avenue into some sort of personal growth or some sort of self-betterment that works for both people. Like the man who's actually leading it and being able to do it gets an opportunity to sort of do what men naturally do biologically, which is be in that space of like leadership and, you know.
Yeah.
And I think for the woman, it's like an opportunity to also not be attached to all of her hangups about, you know, not saying what works or what doesn't work or feeling like she's got to be attached to have an orgasm. Like it kind of takes all that stuff out of the space.
It's context.
Right?
So we're going to give an example of context.
Go ahead.
If I went outside right now in my bra and panty, while it's legal in New York City,
is it?
Would be, yeah, actually you're allowed to not wear a top.
Really?
Yes, this is a new thing. I'm
gonna be on the subway, honey.
Right,
City's
so
out.
So look, so if I went out, but I mean, if I went outside in a bra and panty right now, even though it's warm, it would be odd.
Yeah.
But I could. In the context of a beach, it's not. Right?
Yeah.
It's just people are in bras and panties. So I could be home with my brother-in-law and not feel comfortable being like even having on short shorts.
Yeah.
But we could leave and go to the beach and my whole body's exposed. The context is totally different.
Yeah.
It's the same body, the same clothes. Context of a Yoni massage is a massage.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. I think if someone's going into it like I can't handle that, it might not be more. Maybe that's not the right time.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while before I got a Yoni massage. I was discovering touch. I got massages. I went to chiropractor. I mean, there was a few different things that led me to it where I kind of felt like, you know what, I actually feel ready. And some people may never feel ready. It might just be something interesting. Like, there's something that you can do. There. Yeah, and if you're not ready to go there, then, you know, you just don't go there.
Yeah. No, I hear that. So it's interesting because the next thing that she talks about is the warm-up. And she says, while clitoral stimulation is great foreplay for sexual intercourse, a body massage or a tantric breast massage is a great warm-up for the Yoni massage. The goal here is to get relaxed. She says to slowly build arousal. So from her thinking, it's like it is a
arousal thing.
Yeah. but it doesn't have to be, is what you're saying.
It doesn't have to be, and that's why I mean, it is good that you bring this up because what I'm talking about is actually very, very different.
Yeah,
but
talk about that.
I think, you know, it's funny. I have a friend. Shout out to Allah. His actual name is Allah Jesus Ali.
Okay.
No making that up. That is his name.
A lot of religion in his family.
I know, right? All right. So he and I are so into this conversation, and he's more on this end of it too, where it's a more sexual, erotic massage.
Yeah.
I think that's what Sama's really speaking to, is a very sexual, erotic massage, which is great. What I'm speaking of is a therapeutic and healing massage. Yeah. So I think that's the difference. So, you know, you might gravitate to something more than the other. You know, I don't think it's a Yoni massage is not something I want all the time. Yeah. But it's something that's, you know, it's actually, I love talking about it now more than doing it. Yeah.
How often would you recommend? Let's say I'm somebody who like decides to delve into it, tries it out, and it's like, okay, this really worked for me. I you know, had some breakthroughs. I reached some things. Yeah. Like, how often would you recommend someone do it? And if I'm just doing it therapeutically, should I be doing it? You know, like I go to the same massage therapist over and over again for like my back, right? Because if they did a good job. But would you recommend that it always be somebody different? I'm such a church girl. Like at heart, I can't even imagine a bunch of different people touching my hoo-ha. Listen. Just in saying that and then thinking about it.
Are you really a church girl?
Well, not anymore, but I was raised like
in a Baptist so was I. No, my dad was a pastor. Listen, Pentecostal hellfire.
Right. Right.
So, you know, I have no recommendation. You know why? Because I think the beauty of this journey is it's yours. Yeah. And it's as liberally or sparingly as you want. I don't think it's in my place. You know, I think it's something that I genuinely think you get connected to yourself. Yeah. Discover what you need. There was a time where I feel like I wanted it at first a lot. And my journey with my own body. So like, do you feel like you got to a point where you're like, it's done? You know, because I even feel like that happens with just regular personal growth stuff. Like, not that you're finished with it at all, but like you've taken it to a certain point and then you're exploring other things, or that you move into another phase. So for me, I think I got satisfied. Okay. Now the thing is this, you know. But are you talking about sexual satisfaction? No, that's the thing. Because it's hard not to go back to that. I know, right? That's so funny. Wow. I didn't even I forgot that. But yeah, I got satisfied in that I was satisfied. Like me. There was a certain kind of settledness about it that it was like, I'm not looking to get satisfied. I'm satisfied. Like perfect? No. The thing on my nerves, yes, right? So it's not like, oh my God, my life is perfect. I'm satisfied. But there's a certain level when it comes to like the sex space where I really genuinely feel like I can bring satisfaction, as opposed to I'm like looking. Right. And I think that day was when I stopped. I didn't plan to stop seeing that person. It just, the energy just never collided back. And it could, but I wouldn't go to it to get something. And I think at first I wasn't. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get something, but I'm not going to get something out of it. And I'm so grateful for that. Like really though. And I'm not saying that you may do it and never feel satisfied. I can't say what your experience will be, but that was definitely for me. See, from what you're saying, to me it sounds like the experience of like self-acceptance. Like I think there's different avenues for getting to that. It's like to me it's the same experience of like when you've just decided, you know what, I can relax, like I'm good, like things are okay, things are cool, like I'm good with who I am, I'm good with how I am. I'm just always mindful of like anything quote unquote that sounds too good to be true, right? So I'm not saying you're just like so fake with like I'm so like I've got this life thing beat. I used to be this way, and I'm no longer that way. Right? You know, perfect. I'm so perfect. I wake up and I smell every morning, right? I mean, I'm not saying a lot of those people. Yeah, I'm not saying that fixed. Everything's fixed. I mean, myself with my mom, myself with my dad, my ex-boyfriend. I'm not saying that, but I can just speak of me right now today. Right? Is that I don't feel this this desire to like get some, you know what I'm saying? This desire to like, and
And you're talking about overall or sexual gratification.
With sexual gratification. I mean, I think I'm an achiever. I'm an overachiever. I'm driven. I mean, I'm always going to want to work, right? Like, that's me. But I think when it comes to just my sexual energy, there's a certain, like, stillness that I feel that I really like.
Peace.
Yeah, I mean, for being satisfied. That's the word. There was a moment where I was just like, yo, I'm satisfied. Like, I'm just satisfied. So that was my experience. And I've said, I'm not saying that will be yours.
Yeah.
Your journey is your own. But this is a great way to explore. And that's what I want to kind of just share why this is so important.
Of course.
I think yoni massage is such an opening to so much. Because if you're open to yoni massage, you'll be open to a nipple massage or a breast massage, a butt massage. You know, some guys be like, ain't nobody touching my butt. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's something to just getting your glutes massaged. You know, like there's value in all of that. So opening to so much.
But also, like, you know, like you're saying, thinking of it as a therapeutic thing, it's also an opening to how you navigate in the world.
Yes.
Like beyond what you like sexually. I'm
saying this is what we're talking about right now in this hour is but the tip of the iceberg of it. Because for we're just talking about it and it's just a conversation, but there's more that I discuss when we have these conversations, and very similar to you, like what you're doing is a conversation. I am sharing what is useful and I think can be, but I still encourage people to do your own research, get connected in your own way. But this is kind of what I talk about. It's like, let's have a conversation about it. Let's dispel some myths, because a lot of guys will have, I mean, when I did first workshop, guys were just like, honestly, I didn't learn none of pussy. Whatever I learned was, my friends and porn. I never, a woman didn't tell me about her body. You know what I'm saying? Men told me about a woman's body. That's usually what happens. Which is
not great. All you let me just stop right there. All you guys out there who are telling other guys about women's bodies, like stop. Like, please. You think you know what you're talking about, and all you women out there who are not talking about your bodies and not saying what you like and how you are and who you are as far as your body is concerned, start.
Yes.
Please. Like, and if a guy won't listen, then he ain't the guy. Talk to the ones who want to hear it.
No, it's true though. I mean, so that's why I say it's the beginning of so much.
Yeah.
And this is, our bodies hold so much energy, so much trapped emotions. I mean, there's so much deeper levels past even, you know what I'm saying? There's so many other modalities that I think that it can just open up to. And this modality opened me up to a lot more than just yoni massage. Yeah. So, who knows where your journey will take you.
Right? We'll see. I see that Tawana is here and Anna is here. Hi, ladies. I haven't seen you in a long time, right?
Oh, they're like your regulars?
Yeah. Well, Anna and Tawana, I don't know that they've ever been in the show before, but I actually know them personally from life. I'm glad to see them here. So, we got enough time to talk a little bit about what Psalm says is the 5 yoni massage techniques. But hopefully, if you have other ones too that you want to like add in, or like actual practical techniques, because people, we're having this conversation in the hopes that it will be something that if you're feeling the call to, that you'll explore, like Michelle was saying, like explore for yourself, figure out what it is that works for you. But definitely I feel like it's worth kind of, and I personally am going on my own yoni massage journey. I don't know what that looks like yet, because like I said, I do have some hangups about too many fingers near my.
So the thing is, your yoni massage journey may be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Which I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I mean,
it's DIYer.
Yeah, it might just be with yourself, and I think it's it's different than like masturbation. It's not about like or getting a vibrator or whatever, and nothing wrong with going to do that, right? But it's actually a massage. That's why I think it's really emphasizing a massage, because when you're just touching yourself gently, different. Yeah. When you're just exploring.
It does feel nice, actually.
Yeah, it's a different feeling. It's like not an intentional, I'm trying to touch the clit. Yeah. Right there. Very different. If you're actually just feeling the parts of this is the thing too. Feeling the parts of your feeling the parts of your body that's never been touched. You're gonna start experiencing things you've never experienced, because you're touching it in a way you've never touched it. Yeah. So the massage intention is different. That's why.
All right, I have to stop you for a second. I don't hold your thought. I have a dog here visiting. You guys know sometimes I have a dog. And right now he's drinking water. I don't know if y'all can hear the licking sound that's going on while we're having this conversation. Just in case you can, I don't want y'all to think anything untoward is going on. There is a Cocker Spaniel here who is drinking water.
Cute, by the way.
He is very cute.
And I'm not a dog person, but he's cute.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he's cute?
He is actually
cute.
I'm a cat person, so
are you? Like, he was lapping up that water, and it was sounding so like cunnilingual as we were talking. I was like, all right, go ahead. I didn't mean to stop.
No, just that it is a massage. It is a massage, and if you want to turn to something else, it's something else. But touching us, if you were a DIYer, it's really more massage than all of that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I want you to give me some like practical. So, okay. So from what Psalm says, she has it very much, she talks about it being a massage too, but she's talking about circling the tip of the clitoris and the pushing and the pulling, like pushing down. Like, what are some of your practical actual steps for like how you would instruct, let's say, a guy to take the lead on a yoni massage?
So, and I gotta give shout out. Really opened me up to all of this, so I just help him out because I'm using just my own journey and what I've experienced with him, and just my own research, stuff like that. So I'm petting the dog. I was so scared, so now that I feel comfortable, I was like, let me. Okay, what was I gonna say? So, having a conversation, and totally separate. Good sex is based on good. Like, it's an extension of a conversation anyway. So having a conversation prior, getting connected, why do you want to do this? And then when you meet with the person, kind of having a conversation at first too, like maybe it's 10 minutes or so, kind of like what works, what's not going to work, just kind of getting connected to like, why are we here?
Yeah.
Obviously getting dressed. I think the guy should stay dressed, in my opinion. It's very easy naked to one.
Yes.
Right. So
for Lee, keep your clothes
right.
on. Do this, honey, because you're gonna want to
keep your clothes on. A girl could feel uncomfortable if she's the only one with her clothes on, but I actually think that's better.
Yeah.
So you could try your own variation. Then I would begin by just touching her, not too soft so she's laughing, but just enough so that she feels connected, front and back, right? And then applying more pressure. And then like doing that for a little bit longer where it's more like a full body massage so that you're just kind of getting.
Yeah.
There might be places where you want the person to kind of spend a little more time on her left. And then in my PDF, I show you a position that's going to make sense because I think you want to be in a position of submission comes to mind, but it's really surrender. We're like, not that you can't move. Right? Like, so that it's just you are surrendering. You're like trusting this person and that the person's comfortable. And it's also not a position that can lead into sex. So the person's kind of like sitting up more than laying down with you. Because if you guys are both laying down,
then you're going to get it on.
Right? I mean, let's just be honest. You're probably right. So when you position yourself that way, it helps. And then actual massage itself, I think there are some specific techniques that I discuss in my PDF. So there's a reason to reach out to me.
Give us a teaser though. Give us.
I know, I am. But I think for one thing is staying away from the clit. I think you should spend time there, but not so much. And every woman is different. So different women could say, you can touch my clit all day, I'm not coming, right? Or it has to be, if it's not oral sex, I can't come. Everyone has their thing. Yeah. But the clit is so sensitive that you spend enough time a certain way on it. I mean, because if you think about orgasmic meditation, they teach you in a certain way where you may not necessarily come. But I've done but I didn't come. I only did once, by the way, but that's another massage too. But it's own thing. But I think one specific thing that I would say is like in the beginning, up is a better stroke than going down because when you go down, you kind of come down. But like and do it for like 15 to 20 minutes. I wouldn't say much longer than that because if it's longer than that,
like it numbs.
I
you're doing the same stroke.
I think there is biology that kicks in, right?
Okay.
Like if you are spending that much time stimulating a woman's pussy, she's biologically gonna get really turned on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think 15 minutes to 20 minutes is good, but I'd say about 15 minutes. It could be 20 minutes, could even be 10 minutes. You know, you kind of decide. But the downward strokes, I think, are better towards the end. But I think, too, part of it is actually explore our body. That's the thing, too. It's like, how does this feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel when I touch it this way? And that is an exploration, but it's not something that you're doing it so that she has an orgasm. I would play with the lips, the outer lips, the inner lips, you know, just kind of getting connected to the whole pussy so that she gets connected to it, too.
Now, okay.
What?
I believe you when you say that your experience, that you were able to walk away, like do it with someone that you weren't attracted to and walk away still not attracted. I believe you when you say that. But I guess it's like what you were saying earlier. It is so hard for me to imagine being in a position naked and have someone caressing to get me warmed up. And then, I can't even imagine not being like, oh.
This is the thing, though.
Like, I didn't like you before, but I like you now.
It's your intention. But look, when you get a full body massage, you're practically...
And you know there's people out there saying...
I know, but you know when you get a full body massage, you're practically naked.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They turn you around and the little things right there. But
I can't say that I don't get turned on when I get body massages. Not every time, but like plenty of times I have.
Well, I mean, this is the thing too. As I said, I am very liberal in relationships.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, what I really got out of that. I don't know if someone would get this out of it though. I just felt like my body became less sexualized.
Yeah.
Not that it's not something that's of
like
sex.
Objectified sexualized.
Yeah, it just became... I want to put this in. I hope it's not too weird to put it in. But like, I think what's really amazing about children and why if someone does abuse children is so wrong, their bodies are not sexualized. You know how a child runs around with her shirt off, a little girl?
Yeah.
It's not something that you're looking at in that way. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, this has shifted it back into that.
Just feeling like a natural human being.
Yeah, it just feels like how someone could be a nudist. It's just, this is my body, because the thing is this, in certain cultures, people walk around naked.
Yeah.
Right? In certain parts of the world, a woman's breast is not something that's very sexual.
Yeah.
It's looked as an organ for feeding children, right? Yeah. It's not this thing that's like, no, because it's out in the open, it's not, this is more sexy than me not having a shirt on in certain cultures, because there's a mystery. Ooh, there's more. So when you're just naked and it's not about like getting somewhere, I actually think you can feel more whole and like yourself.
That actually makes sense, because I could also hear like shame release in that. And I'm all about shame release. Like, you know, we have such a puritanical culture and we're so like sex is so taboo, but yet we sexualize everything, especially women, in an objectifying way.
That's what I'm saying. So you get a chance
I can see
actually
how it like neutralizes that.
That's the word. I love that. It neutralizes it where, yes, you still feel beautiful, you still feel sexy. And then the person that you decide to be with,
then you can figure out how to reciprocate and all that.
Exactly.
Good stuff. I can't believe our hour is almost over.
No, this was really fast, right?
Right, it goes by really quickly. And I want to make sure that you get a chance to like tell the people what you want to tell them as far as getting in touch with you. You mentioned your PDF, how they can get that, or you know what you want them to do. Talk about that.
So this thing, and what I would really like is that you just message me, because very similar to my own Yoni massage journey has been very simple and organic. I'm not looking to have some right now anyway, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a lot that I'm already doing right now in my life that's very fulfilling and I love. This has become something that I am very passionate about, and I'm just patient with it. So if you're watching it, well, no, so there's people listening to it, right?
Yeah, listening, watching.
So if you're listening to it, is there a way that you can like plug and put my information?
Well, what I can do, well, you can say it here for the people who are listening.
Michelle, Marie Mathison.
In the future post and in this post, like I can comment for the Facebook Live people. There's a way to write on-screen updates.
Yeah, I can. Okay,
so you want me to put Michelle Marie Mathison?
Yeah, Michelle Marie Mathison on Facebook. That's perfect. And then I have a WhatsApp chat that you could join if you want, But and I can send you like information about another workshop, or if you just want to kind of know a little bit more, that would be great. But I just want to opinionated.
So you just want people to just go ahead and message you informally.
Yeah.
Just say, you know, her name is on the screen right now. If you're listening, Michelle Marie Mathison on Facebook.
And you can also do your own research, just like I did. You know what I'm saying? You could, there's a lot of research. So I hope that I am the same way like a Yoni massage is the opening and the portal.
Yeah.
And it's a calling. If this calls to you to contact me, do it. If it doesn't call to you, don't. But that's how I look at it. Like, I want to connect with people that
interested
to connect with me on this topic. I don't feel like I'm right now trying to get all these people
Yoni massagers.
No, I mean, I want people to actually learn about it, and if I'm a part of that journey, like right now I am. Yeah. But if you want to actually be for each other and we're connected, that's a different conversation, and then we should connect on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. This was awesome. We only have like Jimmy's going to chime in a second and give us 30 seconds. Oh, that's our 30-second point. So as you guys all know, I have my 45-day intensive one-on-one coaching program for single women over 35 to discover their purpose and attract a soulmate to support them in fulfilling it. Your purpose is not to partner. Partnership is for your purpose. And here are the 3 ways to make your love and life sweeter this week. Get your Yoni massaged. Woo! Start a conversation with the ladies in your life about radical self-care with or without a partner, because that's what this all comes down to, right? Caring for ourselves. And get in touch with Michelle. Those are the 3 things. And what else? So next week, I'm not sure. We're still on our summer of sexploration, but listen, until next time, never forget that you are a love machine. If you ever start to feel like you aren't getting the love you need, just make more and ask for candy. Everybody in Armed Radio World, I love you. Thank you for listening. Everyone in iHeartRadio World, I love you. Thank you for listening. And my Facebook